Okay, so maybe it's easier this way, I don't know, we'll have a little look. So, crystal, diamond, imagine that's our soul. This is your soul, okay? But there are many sides that you can see. There's no but, they just said I'm getting corrected. So there are many sides to the diamond, there's many sides to the soul. And each version of yourself, even in just this lifetime, so the version of who you are with your parents, your siblings, your friends, lovers, the neighbor down the road, your colleagues, they may see you slightly different. Like I know with myself, conversation I have with my mum, I'm 57, she still treats me like a 5-year-old. Because in her mind, that's how she comes across. I'm sure there are many have the similar thing. With my partner, he will see me slightly different. He will see, actually, he's seen all the versions of me, which is lovely. And you might get somebody that is a friend that says, oh no, I know her because of, or know him because of, whatever it is. So they are the versions of yourself, and they show up in the world because of how someone sees you. It's interesting doing this work when I meet a complete stranger of how they see me, and then when they get to know me in class, you know, when I'm being a bit cheeky and playing around as a teacher, and then you get to see me in real life and we meet up again, you might see me slightly different versions of myself, and there's different versions of yourself. Every time you do some work on yourself in this lifetime, it feeds back to your past lifetime. So it helps to heal some of your past lifetime. Every past lifetime, there are going to be some similarities, but there's going to be a different reason why you came into that lifetime to address any issues that needed to be addressing, okay? If we don't address an issue that comes up, so I've had money issues in past lifetimes, and I had it in this lifetime until I addressed it, looked at it, changed it. So I'm not going to go on into my next lifetime and repeat it again. It's done with. I've learnt what I needed to learn. If I look at the individual people around me, like on a chess set, those individual played certain roles in my life that actually stimulated whatever they needed to stimulate in my soul progress so that I can address it. So being with my ex, number in numerology was a number 8, and the way he came across was very tight, very money controlling. And for me, it's I had to escape. Now, that is a past life issue that I had with him before, and so it needed to come through in this lifetime. And because I have the awareness now, because I've been learning about, you know, quantum fields, quantum physics, looking at psychic mediumship and everything else, working with my high self, it helped to clear a lot of the information. I understood it. So I'm unlikely to repeat the same thing again with a number 8 or have a number 8 in my life again. That's his numerology number. It's addressed, it's sorted out. No problem at all. So it goes back and it heals that. It's finished with now. There's no more wounds. Now, ancestral lines, those links that we have, which are ancestral, which is blood link lines, which are family members that we have. A repeating cycle in my family of women, what that, you know, had happened to them, it happened to me. And like most women, what things might happen to them, or even men, whatever it is, that's ancestral link, and that's ancestral wounds. Now, for me, I'm the first woman to buy my own house in the whole of the line of the women. And to have my own business and to be able to move forward. So now my daughter is likely to repeat that. So ancestrally it's been healed. It's an old wound that happened. So being controlled by an individual, how they treated me, was similar to something that I'd learned in my ancestral line. So that's ended now. Now, when we talk about parallel lives and parallel lines and how we work, there is no such thing really as a past life, a different time zone. It's just another parallel life. It's a line that runs inside of us. It affects us. So whatever happened in a past life, if we don't address it, it's going to affect you in this lifetime. So that lifetime is playing out, okay? And again, with the ancestral lines. Now, the work that you have been doing, and others who've been, you know, doing the work on themselves, and I've worked with a few of you as well, that you've addressed a lot of the shadow work. So you've done a lot of the healing. So as you're moving forward, you're moving out of the old version of yourself because you're already becoming aware, or you became aware that there needed to be some change. You were being, you know, sometimes we get pulled back into old repeating patterns, and so that means there's something that's still trauma that's playing out. It's a bit like if you look at a tree and someone cuts into the side of a tree like a heart shape or whatever it is, it becomes a wound and it stays there. And sometimes we meet people on trauma, trauma bonds with them, trauma wounds, you know, relationship wise, because we haven't addressed something inside ourselves. So we're likely to meet like for like, because the energy of the universe will only attract in like for like, and helps you, you know, if you're feeling down in yourself, you're more likely to sort of meet someone very similar to your energy, you know, it might be that you try to fix them because there's something else that needs fixing inside yourself as such. I hate that fixing thing, but it's about rejuvenating and restorative work that you need to do. So the shadow self is looking at what area of myself do I feel that still needs some work, or what's coming up for me, how am I feeling, you know. And I'm still, we're meant to be doing that. I'm still doing lots of work, you know, even as a counsellor, therapist, and you know, teacher and everything else. I've got lots of work still that comes up within my new relationship because I know it needs to be addressed. That's why we're here as a soul. We are addressing the issues in this lifetime, so we're moving forward and through it. And there are brilliant, lovely, fantastic times as well, but this is the time that we're doing the work on ourselves because we have a sensory system. So let's work with a sensory system. Let's feel into it rather than us over analysing everything in our heads. It's about how am I feeling, you know, where is it that I'm feeling it, what's going on for yourself. So the answer to your question is, it helps then heal all the wounds on the many layers. I see it like, I think this is like a cake. I'm like someone hungry on this side, like a Victoria sponge cake or something with the layers. I'd think it was more like choux pastry myself, but with the layers of a cake, you can tell I'm hungry. You look at it like that. There's different levels and layers of yourself, and wherever you are on your journey, the minute you feel that there's something that needs to look at, you already beginning to heal, and it all goes on to heal the future self as well, so you don't repeat those cycles ever again. And that's why then we start getting people saying, oh, you've changed, and you're like, yes, I have changed, because you've done the work on yourself. And that's when you know that you've been busy doing the work, is when you then get friends or family members saying, oh, you've changed. They might say they don't like it. That's tough, because they want you to stay the same because they don't like it. It feels uncomfortable for them because you're showing that you have changed and they haven't as such. Hopefully that's answered your question.